Hello everyone, and welcome to a Poplar Creek Public Library production. My name is Isabel and I'm from Teen Services, and I'd like to thank you for joining me today in my Crafty Teens program where we will be making Gemstone Soap. If you'd like to follow along at home, we have craft kits available at the teen desk that you can come and pick up. Without further ado, let's get started. Before we begin making soap, you will need the following items from your kitchen. You're going to need a Tupperware container, a small one, 2 microwave-safe bowls, a knife, a cutting board, and some rubbing alcohol in a spray bottle. In addition, you will need what's provided in your craft kit. Let's take a look at what's inside. You should have a bag of gold leaf. All the bags are labeled. You'll have a bag of clear soap base and a bag of white soap base. You will also have 2 wooden stirring rods. And you will have your soap dye. So today I'm going to be doing sky blue and lavender. And you will also have some essential oils for fragrance. This one's lavender. If you've never made soap before, don't fret. The process is pretty simple, but you should be careful with the dye because it can get a little messy, so make sure you wear appropriate clothing. Our first step is to melt the soap base, which, as the name suggests, is the base of our soap. We will be dividing up our clear and our white soap base into separate bowls. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Just emptying this out. Okay. So once you have them divided up into separate bowls, keep in mind that if you're doing 2 different colors, the white soap base is going to be your opaque color, which will make it's like the base color and it's hard to see through. And then your clear soap base is going to be your more translucent color that you're going to be able to see through. But if you're doing just the same color, I would dye each of these bowls the same. So to melt these, I'm just going to put these in the microwave for 30 seconds each and stirring all the way throughout until they're completely melted. Here we are. My bowls are all melted. It took about like 2 minutes or so. Now I have to work a little quickly. My first step is I'm going to dye the batches. So getting my dye ready here. So I'm going to do my solid color, my opaque color, the white, purple. And keep in mind, a little goes a long way when it comes to soap dye. And I'm going to just stir that. Okay, and I also need to add the fragrance dye. I'm just going to go ahead and add it to both of them. You don't need a lot. And then stir. All right, this stuff is already setting, so I'm going to move on to the next step, which is pouring. So you're going to get your Tupperware container ready, and then you can pour it however you want to. Just going a little bit at a time. Let's see. This also can be a little messy. Just scooping it in. A spoon might work better for this part than the stirring rods. Okay. And this will also be the step where we add the gold leaf. So opening up the bag, you can use as much as you want. I'm just going to throw it in there. Kind of sticks to your fingers. Okay. Just going to stir right in. That out of the way. This is going to look interesting. And if you get any bubbles, this is what the rubbing alcohol is for. So you just spray it. Okay, so once you have the gold leaf in there and everything's poured, you can set this in the freezer for about 30 to 40 minutes. And then once it's done, you're gonna pop it out and we're gonna carve it. Okay, once your soap is set, you can pop it out of the container and put it on the cutting board. And then you're gonna take a knife and you're gonna shape it. So you just wanna cut sharp facets. That will make it look more rock-like. Try to push the knife away from you to avoid harm. And the less perfect it looks, the more realistic it'll be. Okay. Go. It's up to you when you want to stop. So I made two different ones. This one's a little bigger and has more of the purple, and this one's a little bit smaller. Once you're happy with the shape, you have a soap rock ready to use. Thank you all for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this craft and have created a gemstone of soap that you are proud of. Take care.